I I'm not ready for this program.
Why?
I have to follow my rule of the day after I travel that I just don't do anything at all because I mean, number one foolish mistake was picking up my cat from the vet. Number two foolish mistake was dropping off my car to see why the AC wasn't working and the engine was sluggish. I say that in quotes. The engine was sluggish. And then, walking the 6 miles home from the car dealership because I haven't had enough exercise lately, even though hi, I'm in Minnesota, but the sun was beating down on me. I'm like you can't see it. It's like I'm lobster on the back of my neck here. And then literally the minute, so it took me what 2 hours to walk home from the car dealership. The minute I walk through the door to my house, the car dealership calls and says, "Yeah, there was a leak in your AC hose, so we had to repair that and then recharge your AC system." And your engine, the reason that you were getting like a wobble when you hit highway speeds and your engine felt sluggish, it's because the caliper on your passenger side brake was not releasing or something like that. So basically the passenger side brake was engaged all the time.
Could
And they
you
have to completely replace
could you
like
feel like
the whole
a
brake assembly
tug?
now
Could you feel like a
for
tug going?
3,000 something dollars.
That's
Just buy it.
So last week
Buy
we
it and I'll do it.
no, that's okay. Last last week was $3,000 on taxes.
Say hi
This
on
week
camera.
$3,000 on car. What's next week gonna be?
uh well, I was gonna say on cat, but
Hot mess.
nobody wants to put that energy out in the world.
Ugh, ugh. I don't have $3,000 for the cat. All
Poor
That's
Scrapple.
going down.
Oh,
right,
oh,
no. So, anyways, yeah, I just got back from a trip. Visited East Coast for a little bit. East Coast, Beast Coast. Went to a wedding. Had some delicious beverages at the wedding, and then went to visit Alan. Spent we did
Two whole
a
days.
car trial of like how could we spend as much time as possible in a car, and we maxed out at like 12 hours or something like that. uh I ate bad food. I ate Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast like 4 days in a row, which would be fine if I would just get the Dunkin' Donuts wraps, but I always get the apple fritter with it. And that,
mm.
boy, don't ever look at the calories in an apple fritter, kids, because that's like your entire day's calories in one delicious fried treat with because at Dunkin' they put the apples, like the apple pie filling
Mm-hmm.
inside.
Yup.
It's real good.
It's real dangerous.
So tired. So tired.
Why are you tired? You had all this time to rest since I left because I left
I
Allen's and then I went down to DC and I saw Bev again in DC. Well, I saw my friend Corey. We watched. There's a movie called Thor. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's not great. Um, but we watched that, and then I met up with Bev. We had dinner at Wingo's.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Dude, they got rid of the fried peanut butter and jelly
Oh,
sandwich.
okay,
Don't be
no,
jealous.
then I'm not that jealous then. Not
But
that
I did
jealous.
have 10 garlic parmesan wings and
Ooh,
a box of onion rings because they give you like a full box for the onion rings.
yes.
That was
Mm.
legit.
That's
It was so
beautiful.
good.
I have to go to Windows.
And
I
we
have to.
played Combo Clash and we did hunts and I'm now HR 8. I have broken Hunter Cap.
I'm HR 12.
So
Yay.
what? What?
I'm HR6.
Oh man. The
Dude,
worst part of this
after
entire
8,
weekend.
after 8, it just goes like that. I did
You
like
zap zap.
maybe 4 or 5 hunts, and I'm already HR 12. So
Okay. The worst part of the weekend. So on Saturday morning, I got to Alan's house at about I would say like about 10 o'clock. I
yep.
think. Brought breakfast, brought some Dunkin' Donuts. We put our decks together, figured out what we were gonna play. drove the 45 minutes to Gritty
My
Goblin
God, yes.
to play. Played the league day. That was wonderful. That was all the good stuff. But then, at the end of league day, 45 minutes to drive back to Alan's place, and then we started playing games, but he had his monthly league game that he had to play, and
Yeah.
anyways, it's like 12:15 at night. I think I had had a total of 4 hours of sleep the night before, and Alan's like, "You're leaving?" No, we've got to have more hunts in Monster Hunter. And I'm like, dude, I'm old man. Let me go.
This dude went to bed at 12:15. I did like 3 more hunts after that.
You were playing Hades.
I was playing
Hades.
Hades
Oh,
when you left.
either way. Cole, what did you do while we were out traversing Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia?
I was opening Vanguard cards. I was making videos. I made 3 videos Saturday.
Oh, I
crazy.
love your little videos. They're
Thanks.
so good.
I
Here-
love
wait,
that.
here's a
I
quick
love
question.
that.
So, if we publish this podcast on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
will people, if they want to watch Alan and I open packs, be able to find it on our Twitch channel?
Twitch,
Will
yes.
it still be around?
Should be still around, but
Okay.
I already ported it to YouTube as well.
Oh,
So it's archived there.
all right. Well, then people can watch Alan and I open packs of Overdress. We opened 4 boxes on Friday night
It was a very entertaining
after
stream.
being in the car for 12
For
hours,
12 hours. And
having Alan's
getting to the
children
store.
scream at me for donuts.
No, he was so crazy about donuts.
That's okay.
And then getting to the store, it's Friday, right? It's Friday. We were driving. We're like, you know what? We're not taking anything.
Yes.
It's Friday. Store's probably packed full of, F&M.
Well, this is Alan making the assumption that the store would be Friday Night Magic.
No,
Yes.
those don't exist
Continue.
And then we get to the store. We look around. We see all Vanguard people just crowding all the tables. They were not doing. There was one table doing Magic. Literally, the other 6 or 7 tables were all Vanguard.
Yep. All,
And we were
all
like,
people that we used to play with. Yep.
And we were like,
And
why
we
did
didn't have any
not
decks.
bring anything?
That
Basically.
that was very similar to my locals last night. We had 19 people sign up for the actual tournament, but there was a good 5 or 6 that didn't realize that we had a tournament on Monday and came out to just visit and see if we had any boxes and stuff to pick up, to buy. So it's very possible we can have almost over 20 people at a locals, which blows my mind because that's almost. It's more than twice what we
Yeah.
normally have. That's a whole store dedicated. It's insane.
I mean, that's what we used to get at Island Games when Island Games was a thing that existed. So that's super. I mean, there were 20 people at the one we went to on Saturday.
At least.
there's
At
a-
least 15 people were there.
There's another store that's actually opening up to do local tournaments on Sundays at 5:00. I think it's got Epic Loot, and it's Northern Cincinnati, I
Interesting.
believe. But so that would be 3 in the area now, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Not gonna lie.
Unfortunately, Alan and I did not get to battle for last place in the
Oh,
league
we
matches
did
because I got a
not.
bye in the last round.
Oh no.
Oh, but we did. Don't get me wrong. We did battle for last place. Neither of us were last place.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
Oh.
end up in? Or what was your
Of,
records?
Like
Oh, I don't even remember.
I
Did
won,
I win
won,
any?
You won the bye, just like me, and we lost everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, basically, yes. I mean, I won individual games,
Yeah, exactly.
but
You
I
won
didn't
individual
win
games.
overall matches.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. There was one. I was in my Bastion match. It was a little difficult for me because the person hadn't played Vanguard in a long time, and they were very flustered. And their level of being flustered caused me to be confused about what was happening on the
Yep.
board. So I made some bad choices, like there's a card in Bastion that can't be selected by card effects, and I kept trying
Yes.
to, like, because of the way that, like, the dude was like leaving dice on the board between turns and stuff like that. um I couldn't like keep track of which was the one that couldn't be selected. So when I was putting things in prison, I was like doing them in the wrong order or stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But also, like, there was a situation in the first game where he was doing his drive check and he pulled his last card as his second card in his drive check, and it was a crit trigger. And if the crit trigger went through, I would have lost. But I was like, no, dude, you just drew your last card. You lost. And
Mm-hmm.
he didn't understand that that's how Vanguard works.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
in the moment that you draw your last card, you lose.
it's not a common.
Yeah, no, it's completely different from every other game out there.
Mm-hmm.
But he was thinking that the trigger effect would resolve first, and I was like, nope, nope. You drew your last card, you lose.
Yep.
That's it.
My second match was like that. It was a Virena mirror match, and at one point he had 2 cards. I had 2 cards. I had 3 cards, and I said, you know what? I'm tired of this match. I am going to do a twin drive and then lose.
You don't kill me, I kill me.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yeah, I'm very familiar.
What was your best match, Cole?
It was Bear Magnus, which I love Bear Magnus, versus Zorga, and I also really love Zorga. I was playing Bear Magnus, because my Zorga isn't complete yet all the way. But it was just really good games that like back and forth. It was really good. Although the first game he absolutely bricked. Didn't see any normal orders during his turn, so he's just playing vanilla Vanguard at that point. But it went into game 3, and it's just a really good series of back and forth games.
Nice.
But yeah,
What did you end up playing well on Saturday?
is it prison?
What was I playing?
No. What clans did you play against?
Against my first one was Zorga. My second one was Bastion. How many rounds were there? There was only 4 rounds, right?
Four.
So my
4
third
rounds,
one
yeah.
was Orfist, and then I had the bye.
You were playing. What were you playing?
No, what?
I was playing Aurora Valkyries.
The prison build. Okay.
Prisons.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Yep.
Incomplete prison build, so I only had the regular over trigger. I didn't have any shovel studs,
Yeah.
so it was a little jank.
Can I like? I want to take a moment to explain how much fun I had opening packs and trying to build with like trade with other people and whatnot. I haven't done that since. Oh my god, I don't know. Like I'm just so used to buying my clan sets and whatnot, and just putting
Yeah,
them together
yeah.
like that. But I played a trading card game. Because I've been playing Vanguard like a collectible card game where I buy my collections, whatnot, and I put my decks together and whatnot. It was a totally different experience, and I really enjoyed it. Like I didn't think I would because like the struggle, but like I'm in no rush. I'm getting the cards that I need at the pace that I need. Like and I don't know. It's a different experience for me, and I really liked it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's like if you have a group of people around you and there's enough diversity in what decks people want to build, then that works really well. I mean, and honestly, like that's the same thing that Alan and I were doing.
Yeah.
Because we both bought 2 boxes,
Yep.
and then it could have just been like, oh, this is all my stuff, this is all your stuff. But I was like, I don't want no Dragon Empire. Take the Dragon Empire stuff.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what we did.
And then I gave him all the. I was like, I don't need Battle Sisters here. I don't need.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
need
yeah,
no
and
rank 8 stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing Bastion, so Alan gave me the Hexa Orb stuff. I gave him the Bastion support. That it just it worked out fine.
Yeah, I love that, and I like not trading things for value. Like I don't care if I'm giving you an
Yes.
SP, I'm not going to use the SP. I think I'm getting my value worth of cards from you. I think we're okay. We don't need to go to TCG player. But I mean, if you're not adverse in trading, TCG player is not a bad idea to reference to make sure that someone's not going to try and pull the rug underneath you or whatever. like scam you
Rug
on
out from
cards.
under you.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that like that's one thing, and man, I hope I can find something similar someday. But like when we played in Virginia or in at Island Games back in the day, I really sound like an old man. It was only 2 years ago, um,
Yeah.
but it's like everybody knew what clans everybody else played, and even like when Alan and I showed up at Guild Gaming on Friday night, there was one dude who played the same clans as me, like Link Joker. Come on,
hmm
we know what the answer here is. And he like showed me his full max
All
rarity
out.
Link
Yeah.
Joker deck that he had. But like he knew just from looking at me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the Link Joker guy."
yeah,
Right? Because you've always like just and knowing what clans people play just because that's like John was the Tachikaze guy, right?
Yep.
Alan's the
hmm
Mega Colony guy.
hmm
Yep.
um that I really like that because it kind of it gives you your identity, which is somewhat of why we play Vanguard, because we
yep,
like our clan and nation
yep,
identities. And then you're just like, when I get support, you'll help me out. When you get support, I'll help you out, and
yep,
keep it going.
yep.
Yep. I remember walking in on one of the releases and everybody is like, "Yo, you need the new Murakumo stuff here," and they just left this pile of cards, pile of Murakumo cards, on the
It's like
table.
when the UU was building Dragon Empire and they pulled out all their white boxes. And they're like,
Exactly,
take what you need.
exactly. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So what's not cool are some of the prices though, for on TCG Player for some of the new stuff, which part of me feels like it's because of like supply and shipping and whatnot. But honestly, I think demand
Yeah.
is so high that people can get away with them, especially because this is the weekend for Springfest online. I think I
Yeah,
don't
so
remember.
people are buying because they want to complete everything before
Yeah.
Springfest.
Yeah, so like prices are
Okay,
pretty
you want to
high.
hear about a weird situation?
Yeah.
This is, and I'm sure this is like a single point in time, will never happen again. We could not buy start decks of Vanguard. One of the stores we went to had packs of Time Spiral Remastered on the shelf. And I was
Yes.
like, I need those packs. Sell me packs of Time Spiral Remastered. I did not even get any good pulls, but I was like, Vanguard is sold out, but this limited run sold out everywhere in the universe magic set is still on the shelves of this store.
Yeah. It's
Bizarre.
it's so weird right now. I didn't expect Vanguard to be this popular, which is a weird thing to say, but like it is.
I'm
It is
happy.
showing it's
I'm
popular.
happy for it.
I'm very very happy for it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get into what's I have not caught up on the anime.
Oh, well then
Got too
don't
much travel.
read that then.
All right.
It's too late. You spoilers.
It's
I
not.
have
It's
not seen the anime either.
It's
But
not
a couple
really,
of things
but-
for Vanguard Zero. A Murakumo event is ending tomorrow, I believe. I forgot the date exactly. I think it's either today or tomorrow. So get your last, your last pulls. My pulls have been, but I've only gotten 3 triple R's out of 10 pulls, which is not horrible.
It's not terrible.
It's
not
not
great.
terrible, but I didn't get like multiples of Hyakibo reverse.
Mhm.
I got 2 Kagura blooms, 1 Hyakibo, and then like playsets of every triple R, which is a good thing.
So
Of every double R, I'm sorry.
So I have a question for you. Would it be better for you as a player if they only had 1 triple rare in everything or every event thing? Because then you can less pulls to get your triple rares, right?
The only thing about having just 1 triple rare is that they would make it even harder. Because if you're telling me it's only 1 triple rare and they would up the percentage of possibility of pulling that triple rare,
Uh-huh.
okay. But if they're gonna keep the distribution of cards the same and just give me 1 triple rare, then no.
Yeah. So I like the idea of them bumping up the rate of it as well. So like if you missed out on an event or something, you'll have
Yeah.
crafting material that theoretically you'll have enough to like retroactively go back and build what you needed.
Yeah, but
Um,
unfortunately for clan events like this one, so I normally I do Morocco, I do Spike Brothers. Um, if you run out of materials, that's it.
yeah.
Because you can only obtain materials during the event.
hmm
You can't do it through character fight.
Mm.
But you can spend them afterwards.
Oh
But
yeah,
you,
you
you
can.
can't
You
get
most
them.
definitely can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
you
is
can.
ridiculous.
But
It's
like, yeah, I my Morocco decks are not at all complete. I mean, I have like 2 copies of Chirayuki, 2 copies of Magatsu Storm, 1 copy of Yaki Borg Reverse. So yeah, I'm nowhere near complete with any of my decks. But it's because of that, it's the pulling and the crafting just takes so long.
mm,
And I know I always compare it
I mean,
to
can't you just put money into the game to
no, why not?
get
Why?
more
Why?
pulls?
Why? No,
it,
no,
it feels
no.
so bad to put money into that because
The thing is
ugh,
like if I put money into it and you assure me that I'm gonna pull the car I need, I'll put the money in and do it.
No, no, no. That's not how they get money out of you.
Well
It's
well,
then no,
called
I will
gambling. Trust
I
me,
will
it feels worse
never.
to put money into Gardenscapes and press the wrong button and not get what you needed and pay for the completely wrong thing.
so
Yes,
I like
that's what I do.
I like the way that Duel
I
Links did it though. They had
yeah.
deals every now and then where they're like $1 or $2 where you can get a guaranteed card of a rarity and then like maybe 1 or 2 packs or maybe like gems specifically
Yeah.
like crafting things specifically.
So
So
I
I
know they
it
do
felt good
have
doing
they
that.
they the specials for like triple rare pack and gems.
Yeah,
But a triple rare pack basically means that you open any banner and you're guaranteed one triple R from that banner.
but
It
you don't
doesn't mean that
pick
you're
it
gonna
though.
get Mon Blaukluger or Galaxy Blaukluger. No, it just means that you will get one triple R from that banner. It's random.
It feels so bad.
And one thing I noticed, and I think I mentioned that before, is how Clash Royale implemented wildcards. And I know we talked about probably implementing some sort of wild crafting material.
hmm
The way
Maybe
the
in their second
way
anniversary.
the way they the way they did it in Clash Royale is actually pretty nice because um so you say you have common wild cards and you have this card you want to update but you're missing 600 cards. When you try to use the wild cards, it's not like, oh, let me put 200 wild cards. No, if you were going to use the wild card, you will use the 600 wild cards and get it to however high you need it to update it.
hmm
So, that I kind of like I I kind of like that because it also makes the wild cards more um
Important.
like it makes you think about actually spending them.
Yeah, because you don't want to
You
waste them
know?
all on small
Yeah.
things if you want to like
Mhm.
power up a big thing. I like that.
But yeah, no, I'm not. My gacha is just horrible, and I don't see myself spending money. And then the gem packs, they're they're not on. I mean, it's $8 for. I think it's $8 for 1,000 gems,
Yeah, and you
which
need
is
how
just
many?
a 10 pull. It's a 10 pull. They're charging you $8 for
Oh,
a 10 pull.
buddy, that's a steal.
No.
In Dragalia it's 20 something for a 10 pull. In Genshin, it's like 20 or 30, I think, right?
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
8 is, but
I love Genshin. I think Genshin's a great game, but boy, it is grindy or pricey.
yep.
That's too
yeah.
too bad because it is a fun game to play.
Um,
But
so
yeah, no. But for Zero, they had that. And I don't. They didn't have anything else other than the
I have
regular stuff going on.
I have zero news. It's Japan right now, but I think this actually has pretty important implications in the future.
Okay.
There's a campaign going around for I think it's like what part of the anniversary or something, or they're celebrating Legion, whatever. I'm not entirely sure, but there's these things called
It's like a
super.
year. I think it's like a 1.5 year anniversary
Maybe that's it.
event.
Yeah,
Is what I
there's
think I saw.
super deck tokens, right? And you can get them by doing quests and stuff, or you can spend money, and I'm going to get to the spending money in a little bit, but you can spend money, and then you can get these super decks, and it's literally, they showed off the Shadow Paladin one, and according to people who actually play Zero, you get half of a playable deck. Everything else is just jank, which, it's kind of fine, because, you're getting some good cards, but then you can only get one of those tokens by doing the quests, and I think there might be another way you can get another one. But if you just want to outright buy a token, it's 35 yen. Or sorry, not 35. $35 or 3,000.
So it's like 3,500 yen.
Yeah, basically. So it's $35 for about half of a playable deck, and that feels really bad.
Yep.
That feels really bad. So I'm
Well,
hoping
yeah,
that
grind.
changes.
I'll keep grinding, and I'll keep. That's one of the reasons why in Zero I kind of said, you know what, I'm done trying to build 3 or 4 decks. I'm just gonna build 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then and 2 more, but those other 2 are clan events, Murakumo and Spike Brothers.
Yep.
Everything else, I don't care. But the other thing is, I noticed that I almost have a fully playable Narukami deck, like literally almost fully playable Narukami deck. So now I'm switching gears to try to get more Narukami crafting materials, because I have almost enough to craft 2 triple Rs, and that's all I need to craft to actually have the full finished deck.
There you
So,
go. But now you're gonna have to play Narukami though, and no one likes
Mm.
Narukami.
No one likes to
Oh,
play Narukami.
Stop.
Okay,
It's too
this
Used to be
thing.
Narukami Cole.
What?
This is not. This is from last week.
There
Oh,
was at some point you were ripping cards out of my hand.
Oh, by the way,
Or is
Will
that
and I had the
Nubatama?
most
Maybe
horrible
Nubatama.
premium match.
Oh yeah, let's go into
Alan
this.
was like, I never have to play premium ever again.
After we were done with that match, I was like, never again will I pay premium. It was so much that was happening.
It's
And-
so complicated.
There's-
The cards have so much text on them. Oh,
That's
man.
number
And it's just-
one.
I,
And then-
I wasn't prepared because I hadn't played Messiahs in such a long time
Mm-hmm.
that I
And,
just wasn't ready for
The
it.
other thing was like, I've said this before. I love the way in V how they simplified effects and the way they were written,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like cost, counterblast 1. After your Vanguard attacks, if something happened, you may pay the cost. If you did pay the cost, do this. If this happened, do this other thing. If this did not
Mhm.
happen,
Mm-hmm.
do this. It's like V had it right. I'm sorry, but V got it right.
V got it. So before V was announced, when we were reading out cards and whatnot, we actually swapped to when it said pay the cost, we would actually say what the cost was in the effect when we were doing G cards. And so it's actually pretty nice that that carried over. Also, not even just like simplifying that, the wording also got condensed too. So
Mhm.
everything just flows and makes more sense instead of reading an entire paragraph to countercharge 1. So
Yep.
that's
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Basically.
that's nice. Yeah.
If your grandmother's name is April and it's a Thursday in June and it's raining but not more than 2 inches worth of rain, you may soul charge 1.
Oh my God, are we playing MetaZoo now? Whew. That's
Is that
oh
quick recommendation, because I have seen this game for years and completely ignored it because I thought it can't be good. But we played Flux. It was me and Alan and his wife Edma, and that game is a ton of fun.
okay.
So
It
if you see
really
Flux, it should be pretty inexpensive.
Oh
And you just want a quick game that's like just stupid fun, it's just for having fun with people. That's a great game for having fun.
Annie got me that for my birthday. She got me a special edition of Flux. I'll have to show you guys later. But
Okay.
All right.
yeah. Anyway, yes. Anything else? we wanted to
News.
talk about?
News
Oh,
me up, Cole.
All right, here we go. Holy cow! What a day. So this is we're gonna start with V Clan Collection, and it's Clan Collection. I don't like that it's called Clan Collection, but it's called Clan Collection. This is gonna be a
Well, we
combination.
still had clans in V.
Yeah, I
So
like Selection though. Clan Selection. That anyway, it's fine.
fine.
It just sounds better to me. Anyway, so we got the skills for the new heal triggers, and as an example, we have Innocent Ray Dragon, which is a Royal Paladin Cosmo Dragon. However, it's a grade 3.
But it's a trigger.
It's a trigger unit, but it's a grade 3. With
They are messing with my mind. Triggers are grade 0.
it's got 15k shield, so not 20, and it's got 10k power. These are legal in V Premium and Premium. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It also has an effect, which is auto when this unit is placed in the Guardian Circle from hand. If you have not ridden a grade 3 or greater card this fight, so basically if you're on grade 2 and you haven't ridden up at all, just for that individual fight, not the match.
Oh, this fight. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perform one
Not
of the
battle,
effects below.
Or not
Correct.
turn.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
Perform one of the effects below. Choose one of your vanguards, and it gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn. So it just becomes you're probably going to be on a
23k or 12 or 22 or 23k.
no. It'll be on a 19 or a 20 because you have to be at grade 2.
Oh, you're at 2.
Yeah.
So 19 or 20.
Yep. So there's that, and that's until the end of turn. So it kind of shuts down rushes, like multi small rushes.
Multi-attack rush.
Yep. And then you also choose one of your opponent's units, and it gets critical -2 until end of that battle. So Hamio, that's a lot of crits you stacked. Be a shame if I took it down by 2 and survive. So,
That is true.
so this is also very important that it only does it for the battle. So if you have a card like Dragonic Overlord the Cross, and it just got to restand on a Force 2 constantly, it only takes the -2 for a turn. Also,
Yep.
well, we're going to get to the Q&As in a little bit. And then it has another ability, auto, once unit is placed in the rearguard circle from hand. If your damage zone has 0 cards, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone.
So it gives you so it's a price. If you think about it, it's kind of a price.
This isn't a price. This is if you decide to
That's
play
a
it.
benefit.
That's a benefit. Someone is trying to counterblast
deny
deny you. Damage deny you. Yeah. Boom. And it's just there's literally no restriction. All you have to do is play it. So it's not like if you've already used this effect. Nope. It doesn't matter. Angel Feather, right? You can throw down 3 of these, and then your Hamiel is good to go.
Well, except it's a Royal Paladin.
No, this is just an example. Every clan gets this.
Oh, it's the same effect.
It's just like all the crit triggers beforehand in like the who's
Oh yeah, the bind the heal and soul charge, counter charge.
Yeah.
Something
So
No. It's all the crit triggers got the stride fodder crit
Yes.
triggers and
Yeah.
the ones that were soul charge plus 10k draw a card.
yeah, in the premium
triggers.
collections, yes.
Yeah.
So this is what they're all gonna get. Like I said, the grade.
But keep in mind, this is a grade 3.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in the Q&A.
So
Yeah, but that's okay because it doesn't
But
matter.
when it's saying it's placed from hand, it means you're at grade 3 with 0 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Just
But that's
to clarify,
Yeah,
true
yes.
damage
clarify
denial
that.
right there.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that.
So like again, this helps Gavriel and also hurts Gavriel. It's the first one that comes to mind. This could also do stuff against
Oh,
Regalia.
yeah, because you don't run any heals in Gafrael.
Yeah. Well, you probably do now, because like the strategy to beat Gavriel was to counterblast deny you,
Yep.
and now you can just do it your own, by yourself. So the Q&A portion. If you called one heal guard, these are called heal guardians, by the way. That's their kind of like their name.
Okay.
They're still trigger units and whatnot, but that's just what they're classifying them as. What is the total power after applying the one of your Vanguard gets power plus 10k until the turn? The total power increase from guarding becomes 25. So it's taking the 15k shield plus the 10 that it gives your Vanguard plus whatever your Vanguard actually is.
Which is basically how it would normally work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you call 2 Heal Guardians, do you get 2 instances of Heal Guardian skill? Yes. If you called 2 during the same battle, you can apply the one of your opponent gets plus 10k until one of your Vanguard, gets 10k until the turn. Effect twice. Same goes for calling during subsequent battles. You could also split that up and say one gives me the Vanguard power and one's going to minus your opponent to crit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the text lets you choose one of the effects.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yep. The attack of a unit with critical 0 still hits, even if damage isn't dealt. On-hit abilities will still activate. So this is really weird. So even though, like, as long as the power meets whatever threshold it has to in order to the attack to go through, it just doesn't deal any damage.
Yeah. If the power still exceeds the shield, it's still considered an on hit.
Yep.
It's just a gentle, not
Yep.
a pow.
And a gentle reminder, Vanguard is a game where you can go into the negative on your powers and your criticals. So let's say I'm attacking with a crit 1, something with a crit 1, and I check 2 triggers and 2 critical triggers, then that would effectively remove the -2 critical, and now I'd be at 1. So, and nothing happens if it's a negative crit swinging in. It's still considered 0, but it has an opportunity to go back up to what it was. If you used a Heal Guardian and decrease the opponent's Vanguard critical by 2, that's literally what I just said.
Yep.
You cannot G-assist on a grade 2 if you have a Heal Guardian in hand because it's still a grade 3 and is legally writable. Oh, wait, hold on.
Nice.
You can discard a Heal Guardian to call G-Guardians. You can discard a
yeah,
Heal...
'cause it just says discard a heal trigger
Correct.
to call the G Guardian,
Correct.
not
And you could
a
also use
grade
it
0 heal trigger.
You could also use it to stride.
Correct. These are
What a versatile card.
wild.
They really
Yes.
are.
They're very...
They really are.
They're really only... It's so complicated because they're kind of only really good at a certain point of the game and only depending on different matchups, right? But at the end of the day, they're still adding a lot. So I don't know. This is going to be very deck dependent. Like, I don't know if Grand Blue wants this because Grand Blues, we know what Grand Blue is the name of it. It's not a ghosty. So you can't benefit off of what Night Rose and Beatrice want from ghosties. Also, I don't think I really need to worry about damage denial. Maybe I do. I don't know. But, like, this is going to be super deck dependent.
For premium, you needed those counterblasts.
Yes. So
for premium Night Rose.
So that's a whole other thing. Premium is... This makes the best decks even better right now. Because if you think about it, all Hyuga needed was 1 counterblast, and then they can kill you, do 6 damage in 1 turn. Same thing for Dark Regulus with the Diamones Gastile. They could turbo soul it to 20, and then they, choose the grade 3 Gastile, the new one, and then another unit, I don't remember off the top of my head, and then they can just kill you outright as well. So, this makes premium worse, but it also makes it better because these are very, very blatant effects. Like, this is intentional. They know that they're going to break these things, and they also said during the stream, that they are working on not reassembling, but like putting premium back together. Not putting it back together, Jesus.
Okay.
But like fixing it.
Re-architecting premium.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guarantee a balance is coming soon, or restrictions or something like that.
Once they found out that people weren't running Gizeh anymore, they were like, no, something's gone wrong. We've got to get Gizeh back.
Oh.
Gizeh is supposed to win all games.
Oh my God, Will. I will get to that. That is coming. We're talking about Gizeh in a second. But yeah, like in premium, they were already running like Bobo and Huam. and Huam just makes both players attack the Vanguard no matter what, which is not a fun card to play. They're kind of saying that we don't want damage denial to be a part of the game, or counterblast denial.
Yeah.
So, which is a good and a bad thing.
It's not the intent of the design of the game.
Yep. Oh my god. Okay. Someone else take this because my throat hurts.
All right. So the cards in this is Clan Selection Volume 1. We have Knight of Going Alone Herald.
These are notable reprints, by the way.
These are
I don't have a clan. Is that
That's Royal Paladin? Sorry, yeah.
Royal Paladin? Okay.
I get my shorthand.
Auto on rearguard. When your grade 2 unit is placed during your turn other than from hand, put this unit into your soul, and one of those units gets power plus 15k until end of turn. So soul charge for 15k boost.
Yeah, so this
All right.
was everything that I have the actual effects listed out are promos that English never got that are being reprinted in this set. We know what all the reprints are going to be for this. We pretty much know this set except for the new cards.
Okay. So we're getting Tetramagus
Very
for
good.
Oracle Think Tank, Shirayuki for what is that?
Murakumo.
Oh, that's Murakumo's. Cho-Oh is I don't know.
Narukami.
Narukami?
Yep.
Narukami. Brad Black
confusing
would
him
be
with-
Shadows.
No.
No.
Brad Black is Dark Irregulars.
Dimension Police.
Nope. Dimension Police.
Dag. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a card called Aqua.
Yeah, it's Bermuda. I couldn't remember her
Bermuda.
whole name. Something Idol
jeez.
Aqua.
All right, Tetracoil is Aqua Farce.
Correct. Yes.
That I know. Okay. Venus Witch Repeller. This is going to be a shadow. Genesis?
Genesis.
It is Genesis. It's Genesis. Okay. Venus Witch Repeller. Rearguard circle only. When placed, you may put a card from your drop zone into your soul. Okay. Rearguard circle only once per turn. Attacks if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater. Counterblast 1, choose one of your units, and until end of that battle, this unit gets power and critical that unit had gotten from trigger effects this turn. So you basically choose Valkyrion.
Well, you can do that. Himiko would like this a lot.
Yeah, Himiko will use
Okay.
that. Because Himiko is the one that passes crit effects to
it
other units.
Oh,
it
okay,
spreads
okay.
crits or gives them all. It multiplies. It's a multiplier. The card's really good. I actually really like that.
All right. And then we go to Selection Volume 2. And in Selection Volume 2, we get Jafkiel, which is an Angel Feather, Aglovale from Gold Paladins, Leofel, Blaster Dark, which is a Blaster Dark support, I guess.
No, sorry. Those are two different ones. But they're
okay.
both notable because they're Shadow Paladin. So you got...
And
That
then
and
we
that and
get
that.
Cool Hank is going to get reprinted, which is awesome. The Mounted Executioner. And this one for DI called Werewolf Ketzer, which I imagine is a promo we haven't gotten yet. It says, when it's auto, when retire from Guardian Circle, you may put this card in your soul. Oh my god, that is so good.
Wait.
And activate it on the soul. Bind this card and soul charge 2. Oh my.
Nice.
It's so good.
But, well, it in reality, it's like you take one out and you put 2 in. So in reality, you're soul charging 1. But
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's still
It
soul
just-
charging for free.
yup. And I know DI
Yeah.
has a lot of like if you soul charge this turn, I guess.
Yeah. No, this card's really good.
Awesome. And then for Great Nature, we get a Flated Lemur, who has auto and rearguard when placed. If your Vanguard is grade 3, put the top card of your deck in your drop zone and perform one of the effects below. So this is for Isabel. A normal unit, soul charge, trigger unit counter charge.
Yep. This
Great
was
card for Great Nature.
mandatory in all Isabel builds at the
Yeah.
time that it came out, but we just never got it, so Isabel didn't really like take off. So now she has a chance.
It hampered Isabel completely.
We get Smoke Gear Dragon. We get Cat Butler. We get Columbard and Negerbone. We get Peony Musketeer, Martina, and another Musketeer Toure. And then we have Heart Sword of Polarization, Lagranjard. This is a Link Joker card. Auto on the Vanguard Circle when placed, put a card from your hand on rearguard as a lock and draw a card. which that's great for Link Joker.
Oh
They
my
want to have as
god.
many lock cards as they can.
No.
Dude,
Yeah.
you drew your whatchamacallit,
Volcagode.
your bulk goats or whatever other card you have
But
that
but
can
it,
up
it's
and normal
but
cold.
it's not a Messiah.
No.
So
Wait. What do you mean? What?
So what?
that's a Vanguard only skill. Why would you put anything that's not a Messiah on Vanguard?
It's a grade. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a grade 1. I didn't put the grade in it. It's a grade
Ah,
1.
Oh, there you go.
okay.
Uh
Now
huh.
that changes things a little
Yeah,
bit.
I got
Yep.
my butt handed to me when I did the showcase with Top Deck Heroes, the Ghosties versus. He was playing a full power with this in the Messiahs. He had turn 1 2 vocal goads on the field. There's nothing I could do. I couldn't guard it. I didn't have enough cards in my hand to guard it, so I just had to take it all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, second
All right,
ability.
then. Second ability activated. Rearguard circle once per turn. Counterblast 1. Unlock one of your lock cards, and if you unlock the card, soul charge 1. So you lock yourself a Volcagoat, then Counterblast 1. Unlock the Volcagoat and soul charge.
Well, no. So you'd have to have 2 Lagrangiards in your grade 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
No, because it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
a rear guard
activated.
only. Second skill
Oh,
is
it's
rear
rearguard.
guards only circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circuit rearguard. Okay,
But you
sorry.
could also do this like on the grade 2 or grade 3. Like there, it's really good.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Disgusting.
And then there's extra cards we really just could not get them all into the document.
So there's, if you have like every card that's been out before, there's no real push to buy into this set as boxes, right?
Is this the set where we saw that document that looked fake, but it was
No.
actually an official
That's-
document? Is that
That's
for this
coming.
set?
That's coming a little bit later. This is
Okay.
official. All this stuff we got like actual professional looking slides, and I'll explain the one before the one later.
Okay.
But
That's all right.
this is the same thing as the clan selection. So if you wanted any like good reprints, this is all triple rare foiling. If you wanted to foil out your decks like that, there's that. Some of these cards you can only get this
so
way.
okay, so this is a push to foil stuff.
Yep.
better,
There's also
yeah.
SPs, and there are new cards in this set too.
Yeah.
So I think
Some clans are getting new cards. I know Moroccomo's getting a new card.
those
I
are
think
brand new
Shadow-
units, but everyone's getting
Yeah.
new cards,
Oh,
like retrains and stuff.
oh, that's true. That's true. We
Yeah.
mentioned them. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's definite
I
reasons.
don't
to buy
want
this.
people to end up in that one situation I had last year where I bought clan sets for a set and it was like literally just cards that I already had, and I was thinking that there were going to be promos and stuff that I didn't have, but it was just stuff that I already had.
Yeah. So that at that point you just need to double check and make sure, because we know what is in this set for the most part, except for like the new cards. So you just need to double check, and we won't get this until actually we don't know, because this is week 2
Yeah.
of not knowing.
Let's
They
not
haven't given us English dates yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
No
So
English.
there's that.
Also, the grade 3 searchers will be reprinted.
Yep. Just a
All-
nifty little
all
reminder
of
that
them.
those are all.
Yep.
All right.
Which,
Also-
if you're playing multiple decks for a particular clan, it's worthwhile to have multiple of the grade 3 searchers because they just go in every deck. It's kind of like perfect guards in the old days.
Yep. And
Alright.
All right, Alan, do this one.
Clan selection will be like if you get 4 boxes, you get literally a play set of everything.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
there's 1 SP per box as well. And
That's
those
nice.
SPs are probably just going to be what the new grade 3s are going to be. So
Okay.
All right. So we got some more information regarding Lyrical Monasterio. So they're gonna have LSRs or Lyrical Secret Rares, which are gonna be like their high. So the ASRs, right? Or another Secret Rares. It's Lyrical Secret Rares. It'll be a custom outfit alt art of the grade 3 right lines. So every right line in Lyrical Monasterio will have some form of LSR, I guess.
it's just of the grade 3 of the ride line.
Just of
Sorry.
the grade
Yeah, I
Of the
mistyped that. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as
grade three
as
gets
far
a
as
different outfit,
yeah, as far as we know, it's just the grade
the
3.
grade 3. All right, and we got some more information regarding those right lines we talked about last week. Of the 4 that we didn't know what they were gonna do, So heartfelt song Loronero, which was the War Beast idol, is gonna focus on singing songs and triggering various skills. When singing songs, are they gonna implement something like they did for Band Dream?
I don't know, but I really
You
hope
don't know.
so, because that
All right,
was
That'd be
my favorite
cool.
part about
I'll
Bang
be all.
Dream. I really
All right,
love that
then
mechanic.
I
Prismatica
never
will
built a Bang Dream deck.
Nor should
no
you.
man. Prismatica Willista, which was the human right chain, it says two kinds of precious stone cards. So I guess she'll be using some form of order mechanic, I guess.
Yep, that's what I'm
Um,
thinking too. She's got
yep.
probably the best looking art for the LSR. It's
Okay,
gorgeous.
awesome. Then Ernest Correct Leader Clarissa, which was the Dragoroid. It's gonna focus on, or at least says gathering 5 friends together. So I imagine this one will focus on having specific units on rearguard circles.
That's my guess too. Yeah.
And then Rondo of Eventide Moon Felterosa, which was the vampire, is gonna focus on attacking with summoned fellow ghosts. Which
Uh-oh.
that means
Uh-oh.
to me that means tokens.
That means tokens to me too. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
And
But
then
Cole does love a ghosty.
I do love
oh,
the
that's for
ghosty.
sure. And then Archangel of the Twin Wings Alestial, which is a new angel that it's gonna be in Lyrical Monasterio.
Yeah.
It says that abilities will change depending on the grade of cards in the bind zone.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
this looks very
Gear
what was his name?
chronically.
Chrono Fang Tiger,
Yeah.
where you needed to have like 20 some
Or
grades in
Demiurge. I
your
think it was like Demiurge.
Demiurge was the one that
Yeah.
Why would you bring up these names?
Because that was a cool win condition. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You had to have 13
And
different.
then
I think it was 13. Whatever. 12.
the trial deck cards, which was the Alestial, if I'm not mistaken.
I-
Well, Estesize or Esteses.
Estes.
Yeah. Very hard to pronounce
Yep.
card.
So that one is gonna focus on bouncing rear guards back to hand, very Bermuda side, very Bermuda triangle. So that's nothing. Nothing really changes there. The LSR packs for the Astasize units will have Mysterious Twins Romia and Mysterious Twin Rumia in mermaid costumes. So they're not gonna be. So they're gonna be mermaids in Lyrical Monasterio, but it's not like every unit will get like a mermaid transformation. They'll have
Correct.
mermaid
Well, it says
Correct.
mermaid costumes. So
Yeah,
they're
they're
not actually
costumes.
mermaids. They're just dressed up as mermaids.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
So there's
performance.
the mermaids, no more.
So Alestial was actually shown this morning. She's the sixth one for Lyrical Monasterio that we didn't know about
Oh,
before.
that's the one we were missing.
Yeah.
True.
And
We
they
were
just
missing
threw her in
one.
like any other of the other ones. So it was really weird. I wonder if they just didn't have the art
No.
done or something like that.
Probably.
But yeah, I think these all look really good.
I gotta
None
be
of
very
them,
honest. I'm still very interested in probably building a monastery.
yeah, none of them make me feel embarrassed playing them, like the way that
Oh,
they
yeah.
look,
For sure, Cease.
which I'm very excited for. All right,
All right. The other one, which we don't have English dates for, but it's English only. Is that what you're
Yes.
trying to tell me?
yep, this
Yes.
is English only.
Revival selection, not revival collection, because we did that in the past. We're in
Correct.
selection territory
Yep.
these days. Revival selection, one display includes 24 packs. Each pack is clan specific.
Mm-hmm.
That's unique.
Very you.
Very,
7 cards per pack, all with triple R foiling, and they will be reprints of popular units and stand triggers. Remember stand triggers?
You remember
yeah.
stand triggers? I remember stand.
Boy, you know what's weird for me is pulling a front trigger when I'm playing Overdress. I'm like, what does a front trigger do? I've literally never played an
No
Excel clan in my life. So there's 6 reprints in Revival Selection. Prominence Glare of Azure Flames. That's a cool card. Dragonic Overlord, the Turnabout. That's an
So-
Allen card.
This were the ones that were included with the manga thing.
Yeah, the
right?
turnabout, Vanguard, the turnabout, which is
Yeah.
like Kai and doing his Legionnaire shenanigans or whatever.
Yeah.
A Static Baton Twirler. I'd imagine that's a Pale Moon.
I think so. I didn't look this one up.
Bear Lock,
G Guardian
unknown.
for
Samurai Spirit.
so
So
Bearlock.
Bearlog is a G Guardian for Gear Chronicle.
Yes, it was didn't never came out in English. Same thing
Yeah.
with Symbol Monkey. I'm going to spoil it, but Symbol Monkey. I should have put them together.
Symbol Monkey.
That's
yeah.
for Great Nature, which Symbol Monkey is actually pretty. Symbol Monkey is the bad one. Bearlock is the good G Guardian, so
good
that's
G
actually a pretty
Guardian.
good thing. And Samurai Spirit.
And SPG Guardians are what?
Oh,
distributed like clan selection SPs.
So-
So one per box.
I don't know about one per box, but that's how they're gonna replace a triple rare foiling with an SP. So that's how that's gonna
Okay.
work.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
this is the one about the document, the shady
Yes.
looking document.
Because that document is what they send to stores to tell them this is what's coming out, this is what's going to be in this set. More information's to come. It's to kind of like gauge interest, see if the shop wants to order some. I just learned that when I was talking to Winning Image earlier today. But so he showed me the one for Overdress and looked very similar. This
Okay,
one has
cool.
less official artwork for it than the Overdress one did.
Yeah.
But it is an official thing. I found it in the official Bushiroad
Now, for
whatchamacallits,
this,
remote fight server.
okay. So for this, right? You get 24 packs. You have 24 clans. One
Mhm.
box will give you one pack that will be for every clan. In this set, there's only gonna be 7 cards per clan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So once again, we go into that territory of buying
4.
4 boxes and getting a full playset of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you will get the SPs sprinkled here and there.
Yes. I don't know.
One per box, right?
I don't know if they're one for box yet. We'll have more information later on. But we know some of the cards. I don't know if these are the only 6 cards that we. Sorry, those aren't actually reprints. Those are cards that English never got. I shouldn't have said reprints, but I don't know if there's going to be more like that because I thought they would put Pursuit Assault in here, which is absolutely
Aqua
needed
Force.
for Aquaforce because that's what makes
Maelstrom?
Thavas. That makes Thavas playable in both V Premium and Premium. So without that, that deck is just kind of like it's dead in the water. Get it? 'Cause
All right. And Gize?
oh yes.
You told me there was Gize info.
So I don't know if Gize specifically is going to be in here, but every box is going to have a box topper of a Zeroth Dragon or a Cray Elemental. So
Ooh.
technically, Gize is a Cray Elemental, so he could be a box topper. But yeah, this is insane. Zeroth Dragons have never been. I don't know, like
Easy to find. I mean,
Well, they were only reprinted once.
yes.
yeah. And I still don't own.
Well, some
what's
have more
his name
reprints than
from
others.
Dragon Empire.
Drachma.
Dragma.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that
That's the
card
one I do not have.
that's the car that it was expensive. It's still expensive.
they're all
because
pretty
it makes,
expensive.
It still makes like most Dragon Empire decks great.
So another thing to keep in mind, we don't know all of like how many of those Cray Elementals per oh my god, per
Box, case.
yeah, well,
Pack.
yeah. For the set, Jesus. As the box toppers,
Oh,
they could literally have every single Cray Elemental ever printed and include the
True.
Zeroth Dragons.
Sabreeze. Could be a bunch of Sabreeze.
Mm-hmm. So like it could be still really hard to find a Zeroth Dragon to begin with.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
True.
But we'll know in the future. I think this set for us is supposed to come out in September, October. It's definitely the tail end of the year. I don't know exactly when.
Okay.
But so stay on the lookout for that.
All right,
That's all I got.
All right.
we're hitting the hour, boys.
Yes. Anything to add on our first weekend of playing Overdress? I love the format. I had a ton of fun. I haven't played sit down in front of another human being Vanguard in quite some time, and I only made misplays, yes, but I didn't have any problems with the whole concept of the ride deck and using the ride deck or choosing not to use the ride deck.
Yeah.
As that would go,
So
everything like that.
I have a question for you. Did
Uh-oh.
you always ride from the ride deck? Well, two-part question. Did you always ride from the ride deck? And then what were you prioritizing when you were discarding cards?
That was easy. You know the answer to this, Cole.
Draw triggers.
No.
Draw triggers.
Oh.
For me, it was draw
I don't think
triggers.
there were. I didn't have any draw triggers in my deck. It was 8 crits,
Okay.
4 heals, 4 fronts. Um,
Well,
I
one
was
of those would have been
playing
3 because of the other trigger, but yeah,
it was 3 fronts.
3 from.
I was playing jank build. I did not have the ideal build,
okay.
so
Yeah.
I would discard something that was just like, you shouldn't be in this deck anyways.
That's fair. Yeah.
That is fair.
I did not
Or-
always ride from the ride deck. If I had the grade 1 in my hand, I was like, there's no point in throwing something away
Mm-hmm.
from my hand when I have what I need in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just ride from hand at that point in time.
Alan?
Definitely
Oh.
never, like, if I started with my grade 3 that I needed in my hand, I would never discard one of those, right? Because I wanted to get that persona ride so bad.
Yep.
So I've come to learn that sometimes you need to discard that persona ride target to just actually get to what your deck wants to do. So I'm personally having problem, like I haven't figured out what cards are my discard fodder specifically besides like some triggers, because it feels really bad throwing away a 15k guard in this game. So
In
I
this
haven't
format,
I haven't found that out. Alan, what about
I
you?
do agree. I normally, for me, it was draw triggers. The
Mhm.
less shield. But at points, I did find myself discarding, higher grades to write like a grade 3 to be able to write the grade 1 or the grade 2.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, right? Kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what you want to discard, mostly because it is so draw dependent. You can say, okay, I am going to be discarding to ride. So when you mulligan, you kind of want to have something that you can discard to at least get that grade 1 ride.
That's another question, but I'll ask that after you guys finish.
Yeah, no, I wrote from the right deck every time.
Okay.
My main misplace since I was playing Dragon Empire was remembering that, oh, this thing has when this unit is placed on top of this, I need to do something. So I
Mhm.
forgot to grab my Barinas a couple of times. I never
Mhm.
forgot about Trickstar, but I did forget about Byrina. The other thing is like my Dragon Empire mirror match was using the Byrina as the starter.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Oh, the
is
Trickstar. Yeah.
a great way of doing it.
So, in just a quick aside, in Japan they started doing that, running it as the thing, but it leads to more aggressive plays, and sometimes the deck doesn't want to do that. So,
True.
So it's using Trickstar as opposed to Golden Egg or whatever
yep,
the egg
Yeah.
is.
Sunrise Egg. Yep. Which is
So
a viable strategy. Just depends on your play style, really.
It really is. At points, I found myself without Trickstar.
Mm-hmm.
And having it as a starter means that when you ride from grade 2 to grade 3, you can actually put it in the drop zone with the grade 2 Soul Blast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of course, if your starting hand has a Trickstar in it, you can
Yeah.
discard the Trickstar to
Yep.
Yeah.
ride as well.
Which is really
Yeah.
good discard fodder, actually.
Yeah.
I will say
Um,
my number one misplay that I kept doing was when I went second, and with
Forgetting to draw.
the Aurora Valkyries, when you go second, you can seek out your prison, right? You ride your grade 1, you seek out your prison.
Mm-hmm.
But
In order to play it, you have to
I'm
rest
also
the
supposed
unit.
to be able to draw a card.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
You go second, you draw a card.
Yeah.
I kept forgetting to draw a card for going second.
Yeah.
I did
I
that
would
a few
immediately
times too.
start looking for my prison.
Well,
Yep.
you could look for your
No,
prison.
You
the
can
whole
search.
rest of unit thing was if I went first, I didn't care about having something else on the field to rest. I would just rest my Vanguard and find my prison or play my prison. If I went second, I made sure to play something down onto the field that I could rest and then attack with my Vanguard.
Yeah, but you could draw after you search your deck, right? Like because it's on place.
Mm-hmm. So both
No,
both
I think
things
so,
are
yes. But
happening.
I would be like, I would start my battle phase and then say, oh, geez, I never drew for
Ah,
going second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
at that point, it's too late.
that's a quick bit of advice for people playing prison. Search for your prison first and then draw, because you don't want to
Yep.
draw your
Yes.
prison.
Not
So
really.
because
don't-
you're already
not
looking
really,
for it
no.
anyway, so like then
Yep.
you will whiff on your draw and this just feels bad.
Yep.
So also run 2 prisons in case one gets damaged early, because if it gets damaged early, your
Why?
deck does nothing. So run
Why
2.
would you
Wait,
run
no.
through? You searching
if
for
you're
it.
going,
No,
if you're going second, you won't have been attacked. If you're going
first. You're
I-
not getting attacked either. There's very
no,
little
no,
way.
wait, no. If you go first, you're grade 1, grade no,
It's
yeah,
a
no,
grade
'cause you seek it out.
is it? Yeah, you
It's a
seek it
grade
out.
1 skill. Seeking it out is a grade 1 skill. There's no chance to damage check it.
Oh,
No
I
chance
know that
of
there
damage.
was. I know that there is. I got to figure it out.
Unless there's like a unit that what's his name? Riser Custom that lets you put something in the soul and attack on the first on your
There's
grade 1
not,
ride,
no.
then yeah, no.
It's-
There's very little that could put your prison in the drop zone so quickly.
All right.
God, what
That's
am I
okay.
thinking of? There's definitely something.
My other misplays were that some of the prison support cards specify you can only retire front row rear guards, and
Mm.
I just did things out of order because the Seraph Snow can retire or not retire, imprison any rear guards, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll take your 2 front rows, and then I do like, oh, and I have this rear guard skill, but now I can't use it because it's only for front row rear guards.
Yep. That's something to keep in mind. I saw you make that mistake a couple of times.
But also like, you know, it's fun because you know, I'm thinking through the strategy, which of course in the middle of a league battle is never the best time for it, but it's like when I have a bunch of shadow tokens, right? And it's like, do I take the time to imprison them even though I don't get the I don't get them in the prison, but it does remove them as shadow army from the board, so then that's kind of depleting their resources and everything like that.
Yep, because they would have to do Orpheus skill again to be able to get them.
Yeah.
in. But yeah, no, I liked all my matches. You know, sort of misplaced or not really misplaced, but more for me was resource management.
Well, and Alan, what you said, I think, is very reasonable, right? It's just like we weren't doing well because we just haven't played this
Yep.
format. But if we were going to a regular weekly league, if you and I were like sitting and having lunch and playing Vanguard, we would have been playing much better because we'd
Oh,
just
most
be
definitely.
more comfortable and more used to the mechanics of the game.
I remembered
All right,
what it
Cole's
was.
got a news flash.
Yeah, so it's not damaging. I thought it was damaging. It's actually drawing it. So if you draw it early or you start with it in your hand, you get literally no value out of searching your deck, but it's already in your hand.
Yeah,
the prison.
I
You
had
still
that
search
happen.
it.
Wasn't the end of the world.
You still search
It
it.
didn't kill me.
No, you search
Yeah,
it, but
I'd
you're
rather
not getting
have this-
anything. So you're not thinning your
No,
deck.
no. It's just like, I mean, yeah, you thin your deck, but you'd also like have another card in your deck that is something else that you might want as a value card. So yeah, I
Yeah.
just think 1 prison is sufficient.
I would
and-
recommend
and
two.
don't let it gunk up your deck.
I would recommend two.
Alright.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, Cole. Any thoughts? Your thoughts on playing, getting into the overdressed vibe?
I really enjoy it. I like how everyone else is super excited for it.
And the hard thing for us, right, is I think we're always positive. It's very rarely that we have an opportunity to play Vanguard and we're like, oh, this was awful. Vanguard is just
a horrible game.
not we love to play Vanguard. So
I
Yeah,
will.
we
they
did.
have to, it has to
Even
go really, really bad for us not
even
to love playing Vanguard.
it even when we were having bad nights where you literally can't do anything because nothing goes for you, you just
Yes.
know that's just Vanguard. You just know it that
Yep.
that's just how the game goes.
Well, I mean, reasonable, rational people like us
True.
Oh yeah,
can still
other people
enjoy the
throw
game.
their decks
There's
and
other folks who are like, rage quit.
I will say that guarding is definitely weird. Forcing
yes.
forcing your opponent to guard with 10k shield is incredibly strong. So make sure you're making those numbers in order to make that happen.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and yeah,
Eight.
my over triggers never, very, very rarely showed up in the right place when I needed them
Oh,
Oh,
anywhere.
I
So
hit that Dragon Empire over trigger. I think in all my matches, I hit it once. I hit it
same.
in drive checks, and it's beautiful restanding your Nirvanas.
Yeah.
although I will say the one thing about over trigger that I wasn't prepared for is it can really act as an additional perfect guard, and
Mhm.
your opponent, like especially like if you draw it at the beginning in your draw step,
Mhm.
and your opponent doesn't know it's there, and they're like, "Oh, I know you don't have any perfect guards left," and I'm like, "I don't have any perfect guards, but I've got 50k shield."
Exactly. Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
true.
Ha ha ha! I live for another turn.
Yep.
I like the over triggers, but sometimes they do feel like a little bit too much.
Now
But
it's
Yeah.
just like a
it,
little adrenaline rush, kind of.
yeah, it's like at certain points in the game, I'm like the only way I survive this game is if I drive check my over trigger right now.
Yep.
It's just one of those things, and it's just one card out of 50. You know, it's
It's
minimal, but when it does happen, it is very game changing.
it does it
And
happens about a third of the
really,
games. Third of your
and
games.
and it'll happen, and depending on when in your game it happens, it is more damaging than not. So if it's
Mm,
like later in the game, if you hit it early, it's not as damaging, but if you hit it like late in the game, it can be game altering.
It also depends
yep.
on the over trigger that you hit. Like the Dark States ones is better
Yeah.
for me going first because it gives 10k in a crit till the end of the game
Hmm.
to my Vanguard during my turn. So I'm almost always swinging for 20k plus, and if I'm on Barra Magnus, I can get to 33. I could make it 38, but 33 for
I
3
play
crit.
Barra Magnus. Barra Magnus is a very hard deck to play against.
Yeah, it's really
Hitting
fun.
15,
Yes.
hitting 15 in Soul is not hard.
It okay.
You
It's
have to play for it. You do have to play for it. You need certain pieces. You need to hit certain cards, and you
yes.
need certain things to happen.
Yep.
But in my two games against Barrow Magnus, he hit 15 by second ride.
Yeah. Yep, he got the nuts, man. Got the nuts. But
So
I like it.
All
yeah,
right.
I did not find them to be hard to get that 15 in Soul. I did not.
We'll see how things continue to play out. I know we've been going and we've got an email.
So for question of the week, very quickly, what I want to gather is everybody's thoughts on their overdress right now, and I'll post that
Yes.
question on our website, and I'll post it in our question of the week so people can answer it too. So
Nice.
that's what I'm gonna be doing for question of the week. I just want to gather everyone's thoughts on overdress so far.
So you can email your responses, drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com, tweet at drive_check,
Use our website.
send a
it'll be in there.
pigeon towards Kentucky. Any of those will work.
Yep,
All right. So
it'll
we
be
did
in our
receive an email this week. The email reads as, "Hi, Mr. Creative, Mr. Handsome, and Alan."
I am very
I
offended by this email. I'm leaving.
oh oh just kidding, just kidding. They say Will is also creative, I'm sure.
But still, no
It's been a
nickname for me. I'm hurt.
it's been a while since I've
Poppin'.
sent an email, and considering that you've asked your listeners to send an email, I am here again. This is my second attempt, as my first email got blasted into the sun. I have one question only. What Vanguard character would you pick if you had to cosplay them? You are allowed to change gender of the character, but you have to make all pieces of the cosplay yourself. Kind regards, GC hailing from across the sea.
Well, Will,
Who do
you're
you
just
want to
gonna play.
cosplay
You're
as?
just gonna play Masanori. What is it?
Oh, yes,
The Zorga.
definitely.
Yeah.
He's well dressed, bald guy, drives a nice car. I'm done. Don't even have to make an effort. I
All
would
you need is
do. I
the
mean,
car. All you
obviously,
need is the car. That's it.
yeah. I would probably do Koji Ibuki just because he's, just my favorite for so
Not for
long.
nothing, but
Koji Ibuki.
whatever that Heist uniform, the white uniform, it looks awesome. The white uniform, black shirt, and red tie, got me.
Well, yeah, that high school.
I
Mm-hmm.
forget it. I forget the name.
Yeah.
What
What
about
is it
you,
called?
Cole?
I just I'll be Miwa.
Nice.
Yes, best boy
Best
That's
Miwa.
me.
boy,
That's me. I'm the best boy.
Alan.
Kamui. Question.
Uh,
I will dress. I will wear the super shorts.
tall
You
Kamui.
you know how he wears the super shorts with the suspenders and then like a tie?
Yeah.
That would be my
Yeah.
cosplay. I would
Oh
totally pull
man,
that out.
what a mess. All right, Vanguard cards. What Vanguard card would you cosplay as?
Oof, that's a good question. Oh, I know. Steel Vampire, the Vampire guy.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
There's some of the
the guy
best
that has
art,
that
but they
weird
were
eye
like,
and
we
it's
can't.
like the face with a little blood dribble on the side. That one.
Yeah, yeah, that's just for all cards to collect. That's possibly got some of the best art of any Vanguard card.
Oh, he's got the
Absolutely.
drip.
The drip. Cole, what unit?
I don't know.
I don't have the body to cosplay Outmile, but I would probably also try to pull that one. I need to get
I
Yo skinny to be able to cosplay Outmile.
There was a Messiah support card that was essential for early Messiah and then quickly got outdated that what was its
Was it
name?
Duskblade? No, it wasn't Duskblade.
No, no,
Duskblade
no,
was
no, no. It was actually a woman.
hmm,
Oh, I'll never forget. But I was like, I would
a
totally
lady.
do that as a man.
Hmm.
Hmm.
To be very honest with you, I kind of like the cyber futuristic look for a cosplay. And if you add like lightning, like the lights and stuff, it would look awesome.
Lights. Oh, you mean
Or like
okay.
the red light, like the red lines and stuff. If you actually make them with like red
Like
lit lights, it'll look
LEDs.
pretty. Yeah, it will look awesome.
Uh,
Yeah,
Dick,
I'm
they never
trying to
reprinted
think.
her.
I'm trying to think. I don't know
Cole
who
will
I
probably
mean.
dress himself as what's her name? Not
No.
Captain Night Mist, the other the lady.
Night Rose?
Jesus, blanking out. Night
Night Rose.
Rose.
Oh,
But like a
No.
boy,
different
Night Rose. No, Cole's got to be a ghost. Cole's gonna be Tommy the Ghosty
dude.
Brothers.
Oh, yeah,
There
Ghost
you
Rider.
go.
Yes. Yes. That's who I'll be.
He
I'll just
would
have
be
my
like he
bandana
would be
over
like
my
the
eyes
main
and like a little.
like Tommy, and then we'll have like little things coming out with the other ghosties behind them.
Or I'll be
Hold
Fabian.
on, I'm
Fabian
loading
the
grade
Ghosty.
threes
Cool.
here. I think this might be it. Did it come on? Load Lady Gunner of the Neutron Star.
I've heard of her.
GB1. Choose one of your other rear guards and lock it. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or rear guard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. So you place her, lock one of yours to lock one of theirs.
Yeah.
But she's got just like, I mean, she's cyberoid, but then she's got like angel wings with
Oh.
like blasts coming out of her hands.
Yeah, she looks good. Really cool.
All right.
She got like
Ooh.
it's like hair, kind of, too.
Something.
Almost like a
Something's going on.
peacock in the back.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So the thing that I love, and of course I could go now for hours on this topic because it just has never been sufficiently explored by any of the Vanguard content creators, is a lot of the early Messiah units were reimagining of Star Vaders. So you can literally find like Star Vader cards and then find their Messiah equivalent, and the art is very similar, except the Star Vader is very black and red, and then the Messiah is white and red.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like their poses are very similar and everything like that. And I just remember there was one point where I found like which one Lady Gunner of the Neutron Star was the sort of rebirth of, and that I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Either way, we've been going on for a good long time. So now take a moment, everyone, every listener. If you're driving your car, just take your hands off the wheel of the car, get your phone out, and write us a review on your podcast playing service. I know you're listening to our podcast off your phone. So give us a 5-star review. Greatly appreciate that. Thanks to Zach Boydis for our intro and outro music. We'd like to contribute to our Patreon. We basically this is what our Patreon does to support this program. Pays for our website hosting fees, pays for our podcast hosting fees, pays for our annual registration of our
Website
URL, drivecheck.net. And then we just take the rest of it and buy you guys presents and mail them to you. So you're basically just investing in yourself, because what did we do? We bought a bunch of start decks, which are now sold out everywhere else in the world, except you could have gotten one as a gift from us, and then you could resell it for like $30, because I don't know what they're going for on TCG Player, but either way. Or you could just play the cards and enjoy yourself on us. A little fun there. Patreon.com/drivecheck, all one word there. You can go to our website, drivecheck.net. We have links to our YouTube videos. So if you want to watch Alan and I open 4 boxes worth of overdress in the middle of the night when we were super exhausted, and get some fun pulls in there, that will be on YouTube, according to Cole. Cole is doing a series of quick bites for each of the 10 beginning overdress decks. I've seen the Zorga one. It's really, really good. Really enjoyable.
Thank you.
And if you think that when you're playing Zorga, you get to choose the order of your orders, you're out of order, and Cole's video will teach you that is not how you play Zorga. If you'd like to send us an email, give us your thoughts on your first of overdress, any play fun that you've had, drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com. If you're just getting into Vanguard with overdress or anything like that, we'd love to hear from you. Any questions you might have, we have a long history of answering questions. If you'd prefer to tweet at us at @drive_check. You want to reach me directly, William Anderson at @WashingTheSink. Cole, where do they reach out to you on Twitter?
I am at Cole_McCune, COLE_MCCUNE. And we've had a lot of people actually recently join our Discord. So in our show notes, you should be able to find a Discord link. If you can't find it there, reach out to me or Will or Alan or somebody. Contact us somehow, and we'll get you in to that Discord, because there's a lot of fun people, and we talk about a lot of fun things. So yeah, definitely hit us up if you want to get in.
All right, you can reach me at Crutones, CRUTONES. The old card of the day is actually Stealth Beast White Heron, which is one of the very, very first old Murakumo Sentinels. It was a perfect card. It says, choose a card from your hand, discard it. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle from hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your Vanguards, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of the battle. Then, if there is a card named White Heron in your drop zone, choose a card from your damage zone and flip it face up. This was a very expensive, perfect card.
God, all of those were really expensive.
Because it was a great way to countercharge. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Drive Check Podcast. My heart is lost in love on that moonlit night. ...
Is that the flavor text?
Yeah, that's the SP flavor text.
Yep.
I liked it a little bit better than the original.
The white heron is the like very oh my god, I saw it the other day. It's like
She cute.
Chinese for like for like loved ones that have passed and stuff like that, like soul
Oh,
carriers or something like that.
Anyway,
okay. Not interested. Done recording.
Should I stop my local then?
Yes.
did
Should I upload it into Dropbox then?
did you
Yes.
pop out of Zencaster, Will?
No, but you know what? When I lost internet, that must have ruined the Zencaster, and I can't even stop it now. So the Zencaster is basically lost.
All
All
right,
right,
so I'm gonna close out of Sandcaster.
same.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh, Cole just left. I'm the only one here now.
I literally just left.
I know. I saw you leave.
Hey, what's up, Ed? We just finished recording,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about Zencaster.
Okay.
and now we're gonna chill.
Now I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
build
go
myself
pinch
some
the cat.
now I'm
Prepare
gonna
for
build myself
trouble.
some magnolias.
Make it double.
But that's like the worst of
Trouble.
I don't
the
care.
10 decks.
No, it's not the worst.
No.
What's the
It's fine.
worst, Cole? What's the worst?
It's Eugene. It's Eugene.
Why is Eugene
Really?
so bad?
It's because his requirement is for your opponent to have cards on their field so they can be retired in order to pop off to do his
Well,
things.
prison's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
prison's
only
not
rip
too
one
great
card
either.
from hand.
Prison's
What?
not too great
Prison.
either.
That's why I lost every match. I'll blame it on the deck, not
Yeah,
on my
correct.
skills.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, but like Prison and Eugene, those are very early workarounds. But when you get Festival Collection for Prison, you'll be able to grab something from the drop zone. He can't hear me, but people
Yeah, I
listening,
could
you can
hear
grab something from the drop zone, and you can imprison that. And generally, you're going to go for like their triggers because they don't want to spend
Yeah.
their resources to get the triggers back. So then now
Well,
you'll
you
have
never,
stuff.
you really don't know. I mean, if I don't have a lot of guard in my hand and I know I need something,
You don't get it
but
back
the
to your
person goes
hand.
to the field.
It goes to the
That
field.
is true.
So I'm spending a Soul Blast or a Counter Blast or whatever to
Yeah,
get.
the trigger can die in there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's the thing. But Eugene doesn't exactly have something like that, and I feel like it'd be a really easy fix. Just give it like a triple rare, and for set 2, just have it check the top card of your opponent's deck and call it. Make him call it.
Yeah, but I mean,
'Cause-
because you do want that to get that power plus 10. You do, but the second skill for Eugene, obviously requires your opponent having empty rear guard circles.
Mhm. So, but
Um,
it only pops off when something was retired.
I read it now. I read it now.
Yeah.
But then you don't actually have to use Eugene's skill to retire. Aren't there other units that
There are.
retire
There
for
are.
Eugene?
Yeah. No, Eugene doesn't have to. It's just built in that he can retire and proc himself. But most of his other support will do that. But still, like at that point, you're just kind of playing like almost vanilla Vanguard, and you're not getting really any advantage that Eugene would generate off of it.
Yeah,
Which
because
is-
in reality, you do want that power plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
You really do.
Yep.
And you're not gonna be persona writing every turn. I mean, it's hard to get those grade 3s out and not use them. Still, I don't know.
I want
I
it to
don't
be
know.
good because I think he looks really cool, and I think there's a lot of potential with that deck. But right now, it just ain't there. But I feel like it would be a pretty simple fix in order to make him actually playable. Just my opinion.
So I built Bastion.
Mhm.
I did a couple of dry runs, a couple of gold fishing sessions.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yes. My hardest thing is figuring out how to guard. To be very honest with you,
Oh, so,
I see why the deck you need to rush it, and
Mhm.
rush it hard.
yep.
You need to rush it, and you need to rush it super hard. Because there's not a lot of guarding until grade 3, really not.
Yeah, you just
Uh,
basically don't guard until grade 3, and then you just gotta
I
kind of like
mean,
throw down your
So
hand.
this build that I have, I'm still missing a couple of Fosados
Mm-hmm.
and one of the witch snakes, which I'm not really concerned about the Witch Snake. I'm more concerned about the Fasada.
Fasado for sure. And are you running
Um,
4 of a cube?
I'm running so I grabbed the Overlord the Reborn build. That's what I used. It's literally the right line, perfect guards, grade threes.
So are
No
they
grade ones, no grade twos,
okay?
nothing. Grade
Gotcha.
threes.
Gotcha. I've seen some. There's a build that uses Painkiller Angel as like a little bit more of a control oriented sort of build,
Hmm.
and a couple different grade threes, but it's still majority or you know mostly that kind of build.
Yeah.
So Nick has decided on Barrow Magnus and Magnolia. I love Barrow Magnus. He's my number 1 deck right now.
Yep.
Magnolia
Barrow
is
Magnus.
probably
I played against Barrow Magnus. It was
fourth or
a very
fifth.
fun fight. It is so fun trying to figure out how I'm gonna defend against this dude that just keeps putting cards into his goddamn soul and
Yeah.
then clears my field.
Yep.
Jesus.
And that's also how you play around. Like Barrow Magnus is very good against Eugene in that aspect too, because I have cards that put themselves into the soul, so I can just do that.
I need to
Watch
find
out.
a premium Chaos Breaker build. All the premium Saya players are complaining that
Or
Chaos Breaker is their worst matchup.
Chaos Breaker
Nice.
is disgusting.
how many Fasados did you pull, Will?
One.
I'll buy it from you. I'll give you 350.
Tree fitting.
I thought you had a full set from